There is no second pass.
Hello, good evening. Another day in crypto. I am Otaku, your host, and this is my show. We're gonna dive into it today. Man, there's a lot to go over. Crypto is just not no dull moment in crypto. No dull moment in crypto. Man. So first thing I want to go over is the Solana outage. What happened this morning? I remember I was at work starting my my first shift at McDonald's, and yeah, Solana just kind of like took a dump. I think it got down to like 93 and then immediately shot back up. Boom. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't seen anything like that since we haven't seen at least an outage of Solana in like almost a year. So I was kind of shocked to see this literally did nothing to price. Where'd all the FUD go, huh? Like we were just talking about all this FUD like a few weeks ago for nothing, and then Solana has like the one thing that would shoot it to extreme fear, and then it just like corrects immediately. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. We had it was like somewhere around this range. I remember it was back in January of last year. Was it like here? We had a bit of a scare, but I mean, you see it immediately corrected after a few months. Yeah, so very interesting. All the FUD originally was Solana. Solana was around FTX, basically their largest holding supporting the chain, and then obviously the outages they've had over the course of the last 2 years. So it's pretty nice to see that this really had nothing to affect price, and that Solana train just keeps rolling. But man, that was interesting to see. This morning they were struggling to get back up for a minute, it seemed like, and then boom, nothing. I was hoping to buy a little bit of a dip or something, but no fun there. By the time I realized it was up, it was already too late. Went back up to 97. Yeah, ton of stuff to go over today. That was the big news this morning as we rattled off to a good start. Everything is up today. Everything was up. I was listening to the hearings they had with Janet, basically the Secretary of Treasury, Janet Yellen, just kind of going over a little bit of what's going on in politics. Paul Barron actually covered it. I listened to it today. I listened to the full hearing as well. I just want to play a couple clips I thought were interesting. Them talking about settling with hardware wallets, or you know, crypto wallets in general, whether that's software or hardware wallets, and stable coins. It was brought up quite a few times during the hearing, and yeah, thought I'd share this a little bit.
Council is focused on digital assets and related risks, such as from runs on crypto asset platforms and stable coins. Applicable rules and regulations should be enforced, and Congress should pass legislation to provide for the regulation of stable coins.
So yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting too. The SEC and the and Janet Yellen, Gensler and Janet Yellen, kind of going back and forth a little bit. Again, pushing regulation. What are we going to see with regulation with the next president? Whether it's 4 more years of Biden or maybe another 4 years of Trump. Regardless of who, where are we going with this? What is the point of And someone else brought it up too. I don't know if he covered that or not. I didn't have time to find the soundbite that I heard, but one of our congressmen were asking them, was asking Yellen about, again, the same concern I have. These other countries, why are we allowing other countries the benefit to getting in early and start, like we're so behind as a country when it comes to so many things, and I don't want crypto to be one of them. I mean, they even said the regulation, they even mentioned the regulation in Japan. Like, what are we doing? Just everyone's just kind of bouncing off of where we are in our country, in our status, and it's kind of sad and diminishing when you think about it. But yeah, that happened today. It was a long day. I swear, I listened to that thing. I felt like 6 hours. Props to Janet Yellen for holding on that long in her age. She didn't even like stop for a juice break or anything. But yeah, quite interesting. All right. So yeah, then I also thought this was really cool today too. I'm just kind of rattling off today. My financial friend. I mentioned this so many times. I'm almost like the YouTube critic of crypto influencers. I listen to everyone, and I find the best nuggets I've ever heard over the years. And he shared this actually a few hours ago. This man by the name of Brian Harrington had a great explanation as to why you need at least 0.21 Bitcoin. Now, in the past, Michael Saylor has brought up that you need at least 0.01. I mean, to at least like get in the game amongst the 8 billion people in this world. You are only one of those 8 billion people. He makes a really good point that only I think he said only 100 million people can even have 0.21 Bitcoin. So I did want to share a bit of that. Thanks to financial friend for putting this out there. I think it was great information. Thank you for Brian Harrington, and there's his info right there if you want to go check him out. A great explanation. I really loved his explanation on this. It's a great, quick beginner's guide overview. I thought it would be great to share this with anyone that finds it. So yeah, here we go.
In 2015, I was searching about Bitcoin on YouTube, and it feels great 10 years later to be sharing about Bitcoin on YouTube because I know the exact things that were helpful to me. And here's the exact thing that was helpful to me. These milestones, like these stacking milestones of stacking Bitcoin, were some of the earliest material that was easy to comprehend and easy to get kind of your feet under you when it comes to Bitcoin. And so this number, 21 million, like we know that there's 21 million Bitcoin, and that's what makes it so unique, is that there's a hard cap on it. Bitcoin is open source, verifiable money controlled by us, the users of the currency, unlike dollars, which are controlled by a small group of people, and the price to borrow them is set by a small group of people that's easily manipulated by the political process. That's the two worlds. And so because there's only 21 million, it's really easy to set your stacking goals. For this video, this goal of 0.21, the significance of that is that that's about $9,000. About $9,000 gets you 0.21 Bitcoin, okay? But let's put that in perspective. This $9,000, it's good. Like, that's a great chunk of money. It's a great chunk of money. Put it in a high yield savings account, right? For now, the high yield savings account for now, because that rate is always like going up and down or whatever. That feels good, right? But for most people, and depending on your circumstances, it doesn't exactly move the needle too much in any direction. It's a great cushion to have, super great cushion to have, super great emergency fund to have. But as far as like a wealth building thing, $9,000 in one account is kind of just only a building block towards something bigger, right? Now let's contrast that with 0.21 Bitcoin. 0.21 Bitcoin, when you divide 21 million by 0.21, you get 100 million. Only 100 million people could ever have 0.21 Bitcoin. Now again, let's make a comparison. The super rough numbers, there's about 56 million millionaires in the world. There's about 22 million millionaires in the United States, okay? So for $9,000 to be able to be in the top 100 million people in the world, which is still a lot of people, right? Like it's not like, it's still a lot of people. For $9,000, kind of just like a good, it's like simple emergency fund type number, to be in the top 100 million people in the world, that's significant. That's the leg up that Bitcoin can give you over saving in dollars. That's the kind of just material, like, that's super helpful when you're first trying to get your head around Bitcoin versus the dollar, and like,
yeah, I mean, that was just a great inspirational take on it. I always go back to the not every one person in the planet can have one Bitcoin, because there's only 21 million Bitcoins, so it's pretty obvious only 21 million people ever could have one. And obviously, I mean, not obviously to everyone, but there's already people in the world that every millionaire on the planet cannot have one, because there's more millionaires than there are Bitcoin. So just to even break this down even further, 0.21 is a great placement, a great place to be at, to be considered 1% of the wealthiest people on the planet. I mean, only 100 million people can have 0.21. So again, Michael Saylor, his explanation to 0.1, 0.01. I mean, this just, again, is very inspirational. $9,000 right now. $9,000 right now. Are you doing anything better with $9,000 right now? Can you sell enough of your stuff to acquire $9,000 to buy that amount? Yeah, I think you definitely had a point. So yeah, thought that was great to share. Again, thanks again to my financial friend for putting that out there and having me find this. It's great, inspirational stuff to take in. But yeah, let's take a little break from that and jump into a little bit of what's going on tonight. Bitcoin's just been kind of going sideways from 43.1, 43.2, 43.3, 43, 43, 42.9. I mean, it's just, we've been doing that for now almost 2 weeks now, which is really a proving ground, really. Every time we're in the sideways chop for that long, it usually takes about 2 weeks to really prove that Bitcoin can hold the line and then move on up. So we're on our way up soon. I mean, hell, I mean, we could already be looking at another leg up tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. But long term, keep stacking those stats and making those gains. Yeah, ETH also has a leg up already forming. It's really cool. Jasmine coming down a little bit on the day. Had a bit of a pump last night, I noticed. I was super excited for it. I was like, what is going on? I looked everywhere for a tidbit of information what's going on in Japan. I wish I had someone over there. Maybe one day I'll end up there. But, yep, not yet. XRP just kind of moving slow like a sleepy hut. Solana, again, we talked about that. AVAX. Everyone's just kind of moving sideways, waiting for Bitcoin's breakout. Link had a bit of a run. Really cool, almost hit $20. I think that would be its all-time high, right? I don't know if it ever, what it did in the last bull cycle. I didn't have any. Oh no. In the last bull run, it went up to 55 almost. Cool. We have a lot to look forward with Chainlink. So I hope you got a bag. Polygon as well. I wonder when they're up. Their upgrade has been taking forever to roll out. I don't know what we're expecting to get. When we're expecting to get that. And then we got good old gold. Look at that. Good old gold's climbing up still. Oh man, Peter Schiff must be just smiling all the way to the bank, I guess, or hopefully he's smiling all the way to get his money out of the bank. The way things are going right now. which is interesting. I haven't heard anything about bank runs this week, if they're still happening. Because last week we had a few banks seeming like they were going insolvent. Let's see. We had last week. We had Western Alliance Bancorp, Japanese Bank, Azora, and New York City Bancorp. All of those were down at least 10 to 40% actually on the day. I think it was on last Thursday, last Friday. So yeah, we could check out some of those tickers. See what we got today. See if they're recovering. I think I heard something about them kind of picking back up. No, not really. Just going sideways since. Yep, since the drop. What else we got? We got Azora. Azora. Oh, man, it doesn't want to give me that on Brave. I gotta stop using Brave's browser default search engine. Wow, even Azora didn't show up on here. Probably not gonna get that one. And we'll just check the last one. New York Bancorp. Wow, Google. Get back to Brave, at least show me. Yep. Still not recovering quite yet. Oof. Oof. It's a nasty drop. Wow. Yeah, so the the banking crisis is still in effect, full swing. So not stopping anytime soon. Yeah. Man. So just chill out, relax. You know. Eat a moon pie, drink a 7-Up.
So just chill out.
Yep.
You know, drink a 7-Up,
Yep.
eat a moon pie, eat a moon pie.
Yeah, that's all you can really do right now. Kind of wait for it to kind of mellow out. But yeah, for the most part, everything's coming up. Everything's looking good. We're setting ourselves up pretty well. All we gotta do is just wait for the fun to start. So apparently, Solana's other phone already sold out the pre-orders. Was the Solana Saga 2? Was it the Chapter 2? Let's see what we got going on. 60,000 pre-orders. Man, I mean, if it's just the if that's enough sentiment right there. Just seeing that their phone constantly sells out. It's just for the airdrops too, man. I mean, if I can get my hand on one, I get one too, but not happening right now. And I haven't heard anything about Neuralink this week. Wonder how their trials are going. Any news on that? Nothing quite yet, so hopefully everything's going all right. Okay, and there's also a rumor slash reality that Hedera is has a partnership with Saudi Arabia. What the heck is that all about? We'll find out. Saudi Arabia. Hedera. What is going on with that? I lost my page. There we go. Ooh. Interesting. A $250 million deal to drive Web3 development. Interesting. Hedera, a leading proof of stake point of sale blockchain platform, has entered into a 5-year partnership with Saudi Arabian Ministry of Investment, MISA, to help companies develop Web3 technologies in the region. Well, that's cool. That's great. Someone's at least getting their nation developed, unlike us. We're gonna be a third world country soon. You're looking at the new Kazakhstan, only in America. Oh man, how the mighty have fallen. Oh, America. Oh, so other news, we had Larry David was interviewed. It was kind of funny about crypto ads in the Super Bowl. Oh, it was funny. Apparently he said in an interview that he was he was getting sued from the last one he did with the FTX. I like that commercial though. It was pretty funny. It's a shame FTX ended the way it did, but yeah, Larry David lost a lot of money. He's still losing money. Let me see if I can find that quick little interview. There's the ad, there's the ad, there's the ad. I'm not gonna be able to find it. But yeah, he went out and said that, so I'd be surprised if we see any this year. You would think though with the ETFs launching that we'd have some ads during the Super Bowl. I mean, they've been just cranking them out, and some of them are really boring, like really lackluster, not even really thoughtful in the entire process, really. I think there was one, was it Van Eck, I think, where it was just a sunset, a guy was sitting there in his silhouette in the sunset and just like, always a Bitcoiner or something like that. And like, born to Bitcoin, that's what it said. Born to Bitcoin. Really? Born to Bitcoin. Oh boy, I don't think you're born to do anything that we currently do in society. Anyway, Craig Stephen Wright. Yeah, let's get into that whole thing. So apparently Craig Stephen Wright has been going through a lawsuit or courts basically pertaining to his, I guess he's claiming that he is Satoshi, and that he was part of the original dev team on Bitcoin, and that he wants intellectual rights to Bitcoin, the logo, the technology as we know it, everyone's view and perception of Bitcoin. If that's the case, then I don't know. You might want to tell Pez that they're gonna have a lawsuit ahead of them. Intellectual rights. Yeah, because that's what he's claiming. So that's kind of interesting. I thought he'd dive into a little bit of that. So okay, so where was this? This was today. Craig Wright denies forging evidence that he's Satoshi on day 2 of the COPA trial. Yep. So from self-plagiarism to poor multitasking, the self-proclaimed Bitcoin inventor offered an explanation for every inconsistency pointed out by opposing counsel during his first cross-examination in the London court case. If I had forged that document, then it would be perfect. Oh, wow. That's not a really good response to someone asking if you forged documents. Yeah, because my stuff would be perfect, not that stuff. Oh, no. That's shoddy craftsmanship. Denying an acquisition from opposing counsel, Wright claimed that inconsistencies in the PDF show that not that it had been doctored, but the opposite. Turning the presiding judge, James Mellor, the defendant, said, "If you go into Adobe, my lord, and I change everything, that's oh my god, there's not going to be a font error." Wow. Wow. What a self-entitled prick. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but man, this guy's very snobbish. Well, we'll see. I'm up for discovering who Satoshi is, who they are. I know last year a big conspiracy came out, saying that it was a handle, like Satoshi Nakamoto was a handle used by the CIA by a similar pseudonym named employee. And I thought that was very interesting, but I don't think there was ever really a proper paper trail for it. I'll see if I can dig it up real quick. Is there a oh wow, this is back in 2016. So apparently this has been talked about for a long time. But I just heard about it last year, or maybe it was a year before, I don't remember. Everything's just bleeding together. Like these 2020s, the 2010s, they're all bleeding into this nothing really. I mean, I haven't really discovered like a very memorable generation since like maybe the 2000s, 90s, the 80s. The things were significant. After the smartphones were invented, it's like everything's the same. We got new console generations and new anime and new Bitcoin's the newest thing though. Crypto's the newest thing. That's what this generation's all about. Anyway, so yeah, have to dig a little more into this as it develops, but I'm watching it. So that's also what's been going on. Yeah, Solana outage. We had China coming out with their stimulus. China also starting their ETFs. China, you know, it's China. So is China getting stimulus? Good question. IDK. I would say if they do, though, we're probably gonna see another Bitcoin pump. I remember going to sleep in 2022, waking up the next day and be like, "Oh, thank you, China, for pumping my bags." 2021 was incredible. Yeah, it just seemed like every night there was a pump and dump. Every day there was a pump and dump, and it just kept climbing and climbing and climbing and getting higher and higher and higher until you're just like, "All right, this is never gonna end," and then it ultimately did. So last week, rumors are China is ramping up stimulus to boost market confidence. But is it enough? Last week, what also happened? We had the insolvency of Evergrande. Evergrande, got liquidated. So I wonder if that's probably, what they're trying to prevent, their economy, just kind of propping it up with more stimulus. That sounds familiar. That's what we did. So we'll see. So right around this time when the bull market starts, right, we've got our good old buddy Google. And Google, around this time, usually has its top searches on Google. And when you know when a bull run's about to start. From what I remember towards the end, and even like when AI started popping off last year, beginning of last year, it was definitely one of the first top 10 responses was like ChatGPT when that blew up. Man, why is Home Depot in Those searches. Wow. Man, America's really boring. We got Fox News, we got Home Depot, Facebook. YouTube's number one though. Well, you gotta get your entertainment somewhere, right? And your information, because you cannot trust mainstream media with your news sources. I'm sorry, you can't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be here right now. You wouldn't be in crypto right now. So, nope. Do we see any crypto on here at all? Well, let's see. What about Bitcoin? Oh, I am disappointed. We're not there yet, guys. We're not there yet. Bitcoin's not in the top 100 searches. Nope. In the world, even. Man, I'm so disappointed. What is wrong with these? The sheeple. The sheeple. They have no clue what's about to come. No clue. Wow. Interesting. Well, so much for that. There's Solana. I thought I saw Sol. No, that's not Sol. UOL. What? All right, let's see BTC. Nothing. Solana. Nothing. I give up. But you know what? Even Doge. Nothing. Maybe next month. I mean, that was just in February. Man, people are so basic, really? Drake? Toby Keith? Oh my god. Clay Thompson? Taylor Swift. What the heck is that? Whatever. Oh god. Meta, really? I'm over it. I can't deal with just the simple-minded people. Whatever. So anyway, that's what's going on. Bitcoin's just having a good day, I would say. You just zoom out and see where we're at, and you're like, well, it's not all that bad. Oh, there's no blood in the streets. There's no fire burning in the dumpster out in the back. We're keeping sane. So, alrighty. So, what do we got? 73 days. 73 days now until the Bitcoin halving, and we'll all be liberated by our Lord and Savior, Bitcoin Chan. Yes, I said that right. Bitcoin Chan. You know who that is? Bitcoin Chan is the answer to all your prayers. She's here. She is here to dry your eyes and wipe away those tears. Just gonna make everything all bright and wonderful. Anyway, so what else we got going on in the news? BlackRock's plan to own the fractionalized world. Love it. I love that they're just getting richer. The richest get richer and the poor get poorer. And no matter how I try so hard in my personal life to bring my friends and family in, I cannot wrap their brains around how this is going to affect their everyday lives in the next 10 years. Wow, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. So yeah. Let's see what else is going on. Fear and Greed Index, still greedy. Crypto, still greedy. About the same as yesterday. We at 105 on the dollar now. You'd think that we'd be slightly dying with all this talk about printing money. We could always print money. It was brought up again in Congress today too. Janet Yellen was asked, "Didn't you say," and I quote, we are the government, we can always print more money, or whatever they said. We are the Fed, we are the whatever. Yes, and yes. And I will find some of the sound bites and I will play them like mad. Because it just drives me insane, especially when Biden came out on, I forget, he was on some topic. He was like saying the same thing too. I don't know where this inflation with printed dollars comes from. It doesn't come from that yet. Whatever. Federal government doesn't care. And everyone in the federal government, everyone that is 50 and up, they have no skin in the game anymore. It's over. They are that they can retire in 5-10 years. Even like Janet Yellen, she can retire now. I mean, for the love of God, so can Joe Biden. They've got no skin in the game, because once they step down, they get to live their lives, and then it's the next generation that we have to deal with this. We have to clean up their mess, and we're not going to be able to clean up their mess because it's the same thing happening over and over again. We have just old people. I mean, I love old people. Don't get me wrong. I love the old people, just like SpongeBob. And we have people that are just too far up and out, and they don't have any skin in the game anymore. It doesn't matter. They're not going to be around to see what happens with their decisions. It's unfair. It's unfair to me. It's unfair to my peers. It's the next generation, the Gen Z. Oh my God, never going to be able to own a home. Going to have 30-year car loans? Is that what we're all about? Is that what America's about? Being a slave to the lender? That's what it is. That's what it is. So, that's that. All right, so let's see what's going on with these ETFs. I heard now. Oh my God. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. This is not updated. I've heard rumors now that I've heard in the headlines that BlackRock has already accumulated over 100,000 BTC. So I need to get some. I don't know why Bitcoin Treasuries is. It's just so far behind. I was wondering yesterday when I was looking at this, I'm like, there's no way that this is up to date from what they're reporting. Yeah, it says only 3,000. Yeah, let's see what's going on with that. Oh, it says investors added about 170 million into IBIT. It was last Thursday. Huh. I can only assume that is up to date. It just doesn't seem right. I'll have to find out if there's something up with BitcoinTreasuries.net. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, the race continues. I really do think at this point it's just gonna be BlackRock, Grayscale, Fidelity. No one else can catch up. They can't catch up. I love Kathy. I love her to death. She's my sweetheart. I got a crush. But they just can't. They're not gonna be able to. But you know what? Who knows? Maybe with all their disruptive technology picks from ARK Invest, they will be able to make a good, run this bull cycle. Because again, they're not just into crypto. They're into a little bit of all the disruptive technologies out there. AI, robotics, I'm sure they have something going on with Neuralink or something similar. So yeah, they're smart money's going to do what they do best, and they're going to use their money smartly. So take a page out of their book. Do the same. Follow the money. Follow the money. Where's the money going into? It's going into crypto. It's going into AI. It's going into tech stocks. Follow the money. Yup. So, unless there's some other articles going on I haven't seen. What? MicroStrategy bought today. What? Let's see. Was that on the Bitcoin treasuries? I missed it. Yeah. Look at our boy. Michael Saylor bought some more. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So MicroStrategy continues. They're getting so close to their 200,000 BTC. Great, great. I hope they reach their goal. I reached mine, so I really hope Michael Saylor reaches his. And honestly, I don't even know if there is, if he has a real goal. I think it's just sell everything, sell my kidney, sell the chairs, sell the carpet, sell the trees outside, sell the ground that we're laid on. If you can keep our business, we don't need the building, just keep the name, just buy Bitcoin. That's Michael Saylor's approach. So yeah, let's go. Let's freaking go. And he has the craziest turnout for his company I've ever seen. So great crypto success story. I love it. I love it. Oh man. Well, that's good news. Talking about the spot big ETH ETF here, pushing a deadline for where's the deadline? Huh. Nice. Look at that. We got March 10th for BlackRock's next deadline. They're probably just gonna play these all out like they did on the BTC ones. We're gonna sit through every single deadline. We're just gonna keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, pushing it off, and then very last one for BlackRock. So if that's the case, unless they again BlackRock got in late. They got in late. I remember in 2021, 2022, BlackRock was talking smack about Bitcoin. None of our investors want this. None of our shareholders want this. Doing what the best do. Only talking about the products that you want to sell, and not speaking about the ones you want to buy. That's what that was all about. So yeah, we'll probably see one of these deadlines with BlackRock get approved. Everything will get approved, and then BlackRock will have their heyday with ETH too. Yeah, so that's coming. So let's look out for March 10th, and then June 8th. I'm sure it'll be one of those days. Alrighty. What else going on? This is actually a pretty good streak today on the news. A lot of interesting things going on. ETH price may repeat 2.7k. January spike as Bitcoin cools. Yada yada yada. How is the chart looking on ETH? What's our next point of resistance? We haven't really. Yeah, we're still stuck there at 27. That's pretty much where we're going to be for a little while. Probably hit it twice. And then our next point of resistance is going to be 3,500. And then we got a little bit until we hit 4 grand again, and then 5, and then moon. So who knows? Maybe by like the end of the year, we could see all-time highs for ETH. That'll be interesting. That would be interesting. Alrighty. So yeah, that's pretty much about all I got. Never a dull moment in crypto. Never a dull moment. So keep stacking stats and don't let your dreams be dreams. Buy Bitcoin. Otaku out. Later.